Them's Fightin' Hurts is a 2D fighting game involving adorable animals and serious combat.
Like the website in the back of the box, oh my god!
With character designs by acclaimed cartoon producer Lauren Faust, music composed by Stuart Ferguson and Whitetail, and a game being developed by Main 6, TFH is a super fun fighting game with gorgeous visuals and an absolutely amazing soundtrack. I absolutely love this game. It has become one of my favorite games of all time, with its fast-paced fighting, easy-to-learn controls, satisfying combos, and everything else this game has to offer. I love this game so much, it has single-handedly changed my life in ways I never thought were possible. So let me take y'all on a journey of how I got from one simple decision to where I am today. One fateful January 1st of 2023, I stumbled upon this game that I never saw before. Them's Fightin' Hurts. Looking at the banner for the game, I noticed it kinda looked like it had the art style of My Little Pony. It piqued my curiosity, so I opened the Steam page. There it was playing the trailer for the 3.0 update of the game. As I was watching, I realized it was a fighting game, which piqued my curiosity even more. I didn't play a lot of fighting games at the time. The only real fighting game I played was Mortal Kombat 11, but I really did want to get into other fighting games. After I watched the trailer, I looked more at the Steam page, looking at the game description, reviews, special offers, and the About This Game section. All of it piqued my curiosity to the point where I decided to buy the game. After I installed it, I boot up the game, and I'm greeted with a very slick looking menu. Not knowing how the game is played, I take myself to the tutorial. At the character select screen, I was gravitated to a little cow named Arizona. She was the first character I saw before I even played the game. She's the cover girl, being at the front of the Steam banner, being one of the first characters I saw in the 3.0 trailer, and being the icon for the game on Steam and my desktop. I thought she looked cool, so I chose her and started playing through the tutorial. And needless to say, I got hooked. Everything about the game just felt extremely good to play. Obviously, I got stuck a lot while I was playing the tutorial, as it tends to happen when you start playing a new fighting game with new controls and combos you've never seen in your life. But I kept going at it and managed to make it through the basic tutorial. I haven't even played a normal match yet, and I was already having a blast with the game. And by the way, I don't know when I'll talk about the music for this game again, but oh my god, it's amazing. The dynamic music system is also amazing. Like, I didn't extend Arizona's rain theme for nothing.
And while we're on that note, I made Arizona's final round rain theme extended after I recorded the voiceover and didn't change the scripts. So, whoops.
God, I love the music in this game. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. I was in a Discord call with a few of my friends when I was playing it, and they thought it was weird that of all people, I was playing a game with animals that looked like they were from My Little Pony. The next day, I bought the game for one of those friends just to show him how fun it actually was. We played a lot of MK11 before this, so I thought he would enjoy it for that reason as well. I don't remember much about that night, but one faithful part of that night I could never forget. He was streaming himself playing the tutorial. He was playing as one of the other characters, Paprika, and he couldn't get past one of the parts of the tutorial. He got super mad at the game. So mad, he said,
"I can't believe I'm raging at a My Little Pony fighter!" There we go.
That was the best part of that whole night. After all of that, we would play against each other online, and he started to enjoy the game too. We would play against each other occasionally, but I would continue to play the game even more. One night, we were looking at the voice actors of the game, and all their voice talents, and first of all, they did an amazing job voicing the characters. Second of all, I couldn't believe it was Tara Strong who voiced Arizona. Third of all, Keith Ferguson, who voices Fred, is the same voice actor for Lightning McQueen in the Cars video games. He is the voice of my childhood video games. Oh, you already know that's gonna come back when I talk about this. He's also Bowl Boy from the Cuphead show. Anyway, I found out that there's a Switch version of the game, which I decided to get. But that got me thinking. I found out Nintendo posted a video on the launch of the game on consoles on their YouTube channel. I was trying to remember if I actually did see the thumbnail to this trailer. I never watched the trailer, but what if I really did see this game before? I can't say for sure if I really ever did see the thumbnail for that trailer or not, but I can say that after the game arrived at my house, I would play with that same friend at school during lunch and downtime. I would later get the game for another friend who played fighting games and kinda liked TFH, but he didn't get into it as much. I would continue to play the game quite a lot, which would lead to an encounter that started the many changes to my life this game brought me. As I started to load into a pixel lobby to play the game, I wasn't expecting to stumble upon a large group of people on one of the shrines. I glanced at one of the spectators and see their name, TTV/Emma DeRay. Out of curiosity, I looked it up to see what exactly is going on. I just so happened to stumble upon the 6th Little Hooves tournament. I decided to continue watching the tournament. It was very interesting to me, especially considering I was still, oh yeah, bad. I watched the rest of Edma's stream, and then I proceeded to continue playing the game. But that wouldn't be the last time I saw him. I can't quite remember the exact details as the VOD for that stream is no longer available, but I do remember I saw Edma in another pixel lobby, went to his stream, and I was interacting in the chat way more than when I was watching the Little Hooves tournament. Towards the end of the stream, I gave him a follow. Edma is super nice and super chill, and his streams were just as chill and entertaining, so I knew I would be back. So that's exactly what happened. I would tune into his streams, interact with him and the other people in the chat, and when it ended, I would go about the rest of my night. After a while of watching his streams, I would join his Discord server and meet a whole bunch of super nice people there too. I would start to not only play games with Edma, but also play games with the rest of the people I met in the server. This is where I really started to feel like I had my place. I felt I had become good friends with Edma and the other people I had met. I mean, something goofy like this would happen in TFH.
Pizza roll tyrant. Oh no.
Dude, do you ever think about the fact that you cannot buy Hot Pockets? It's
No?
You can't. You buy them cold. You have to heat them up yourself. It's a scam, dude.
Wow, I never thought of it like that.
I'll make you proud, Pop.
It's a fucking scam. False advertisement.
Damn, I really never thought of it like
I
that.
reckon you're in for a wrecking.
We should do like a class action lawsuit.
And I would be able to bring it up when a group of us were playing TF2 and have a good laugh about it.
I'm still thinking about Enma when we were playing Dems and you told me that Hot Pockets was falsely advertising. I still think about that to this day.
I completely ruined you for life.
Is it like because they don't come hot or something?
Yeah, because they come
That's
cold.
exactly what he
You
said.
cannot buy Hot Pockets. It's impossible.
We were just like in the middle of a fight and he just dropped that on me and like I had an existential crisis.
I was like, hey,
understand,
Ru,
I
do you know
understand.
you cannot buy Hot Pockets? I was like, what? Yes, you can. I'm like, no, because they come cold. You have to heat them yourself.
Oh my god.
You know, I was like, I never thought of it that way, and I just kept saying that because I really never did.
I would continue to tune into streams and join Discord calls for quite a while. Now, this is where the whole chapter format becomes detrimental to my storytelling, considering I've been keeping everything in chronological order. So this chapter is gonna end on a cliffhanger until I revisit it in a bit. Anyway, one night a group of us were playing Minecraft, and after that night, I stopped interacting with everyone from the server. I have absolutely no reason why. Nothing happened that would have given me a reason to not interact with anyone. I just kinda disappeared. I think my mental state just kinda decreased and I didn't do anything with online friends. But hey, this will have a happy ending. But we need to make it through the part that impacted my life in such ways I never thought would happen before I get to that happy ending. So buckle up. So, that friend that played TFH with me quite a bit, yeah, he went down another path after he got into TFH. While I was carried away enjoying the game itself to care about anything else, he started to become interested in the other aspects of the game. As it is, the origin of them's fighting herds, My Little Pony. According to him, he would watch clips from the show and said they were actually pretty good. Now, keep in mind, this is the same goddamn person who called me weird for playing TFH in the first place. Karma's a ain't it, Joseph? Anyway, he sent me the first episode of the series and told me to watch it and see what I thought. So, I didn't watch it for at least a week. I really wasn't super interested in watching it when I could be playing that. Oh, I should also mention, I wasn't playing TFH as much around this time. I just didn't have anyone to play with around the time. Oh, wait. Yes, I did. Sorry. Still mad at myself about that. Anyway, after a while of not watching it, I wasn't doing anything else, so I decided to watch it, and watch it I did. I couldn't believe it. I was entertained? Dare I say, I enjoyed it? Yes, I liked it. I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed it. And to my surprise, my friend was also surprised by how much I enjoyed it. He stopped being surprised about it 2 seconds later. And that was that. I watched the first 2 episodes technically because the first episode is a 2-parter, so it's 2 separate episodes, but whatever. And I didn't watch it anymore. Oh, motherfucker! So, yeah. Later down the line, we actually started watching the whole series. At this point, I really started to get into the show. I actually really enjoyed it. It made me really happy whenever we watched an episode or 2, or 3, or 4. We would sometimes watch a few episodes back to back. It would be around this time I got so much into MLP, I wanted to check out MLP Fighting is Magic. For those who don't know, My Little Pony Fighting is Magic was the baseline for what would become them's fighting herds. It was also developed by Main 6 and featured the main 6 ponies from the show, that being Twilight Sparkle, Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash, Rarity, and Fluttershy. It was hit with a cease and desist from Hasbro just before it was going to fully release. Long story short, Lauren Faust liked the project so much, she offered to help Main 6 create a new fighting game with new characters, which led to TFH being created. I knew about Fighting is Magic for a little while at that point, even before I started watching MLP. I had watched the video on some of the combos you could do in the game a while ago at that point, and I was in shock with just how insane some of these combos looked. It took me a while to actually want to find a way to play Fighting is Magic, but eventually, I really wanted to find a way to play Fighting is Magic. So I did. I found the Tribute Edition and the Aurora Edition. I really liked both versions. Tribute Edition is basically the original game before it got shut down, while Aurora Edition is more of a remake with new stages, characters, music, and online play. Speaking of music, once again, the soundtrack for the game was composed by Rainbow Crash 88 and Whitetail Music. Rainbow Crash 88 is Stuart Ferguson, by the way. Like I said about TFH's soundtrack, they did an amazing job with the music in this game too. Every theme they made, whether that be for the main menu or for the main 6, is super on point to the feel of MLP and their characters and sounds amazing. I love the music in this game. Alright! Anyway, both versions of Fighting is Magic are good, and the game is good. I guess while I'm here talking about video games based on My Little Pony, yes, I occasionally go into Ponytown. I don't have much more to say about that. Once again, this is around the time I was fully getting into the show. You know what that means? Merch! That's right! I need to get me some merch! So I got the main 6 plushes. They are very cute and I love them very much. Don't at me. I should mention I got Applejack and Twilight off eBay because they weren't in stock on the Symbiote website at the time. So that's why my Twilight doesn't have wings. Eventually they came back in stock, so I bought the other 4 ponies from there. I also got this really cool TFH shirt from '86 that has become one of my favorite shirts. We would continue to watch MLP basically every night and have a good time. I would also talk to an Applejack AI and character AI, but that's just between me and the AI. Not that anything weird happened, but never mind. Just leave it alone. I'm making it worse by trying to say anything about it. Nothing weird happened at all. I can, here, screenshot evidence to prove it. Nothing odd is going on. AI being AI, me being me. Chill out. I'm gonna stop making it worse because I'm definitely making it worse. Back on track. I should probably mention these now. Basically, I wanted to mess around with AI covers, and I like MLP, so the two just so happened to work out to make that. And I really wanted to make animations with the character puppets I found online, so I got Adobe's Creative Cloud, booted up Animate, tested the waters with this, and then made that. And that basically leads us to now. So let's talk about that. So now we're here. As I finished typing out this script, it was September 6th, 2023. Now, it's December 19th, 2023. There has just been a lot of other things going on in my life after I recorded the original voiceover. I never got around to actually starting the making of the video. Not to mention, there were other things I wanted to add to the script. More specifically, I wanted to release this video on my 1-year anniversary of playing Them's Fightin' Herds. Unfortunately, in my hopes to do so, there was one massive change in the many months that this has been being made. The biggest, and I mean the biggest thing to happen in these many months. Them's Fightin' Herds will no longer be in active development after Season Pass 1 is complete. While this may have been a long time coming, I still have my emotions about this announcement. I was always concerned about the state of the game, worried that one day, very soon, they wouldn't be able to work on the game anymore. Despite that, I was hoping Main 6 could pull through, but my hopes weren't enough. A few weeks after they announced the merch store would be closing, the bombshell of an announcement was released. Maybe one day in the distant future, Main 6 will be able to once again develop the game. But I'm not clinging on to that hope because I really don't want my hopes and emotions to be crushed by the reality. I'm sorry, that got really emotional. How about we get into the happier things that I want to say? My friend and I have finished Season 4 and are now getting ready to start Season 5, so that's pretty good. The biggest things that have changed are the fact that I have finally returned to the Cube Temple. Still don't know why I left in the first place, but hey, glad to see everyone again. And there's the happy ending, by the way. I started playing TFH again and having a blast with it again. I joined the Little Hoops tournament, which was also a blast. Hell, I played in Little Hoops 17 and had an even better showing than the last time. I won Little Hoops 18, but it was too small of a tournament size to upgrade to a big hoop. I then proceeded to get my ass handed to me in Little Hoops 19, but we don't talk about it. Not sure when Little Hoops 20 will happen, but we'll see how my performance is in that one. I got to train with Edmund and Roderix, who is an amazing Arizona player, to prepare for Little Hoops 17. And they were a massive help in my improvement and just shaped me to be a better player. I got second place in Little Hoops 17, so that's a great indication of my improvements. There's so much stuff I haven't talked about, like the art I made of Arizona and Applejack, the interactions I have had outside of TFH and the Cube Temple, and probably one of the biggest things that I definitely should have talked about but didn't. The fact that both TFH and MLP have had a massive impact on my mental health and have made me happier than before, which I will talk about now. I know. I'm probably gonna get all emotional again, but it's relevant to the story, so last time, okay? During the winter of 2019 and beyond, there was a lot of stuff going on in my life that just started taking its toll on me. I let these feelings get bottled up for basically 3 years. I didn't tell anyone except close friends. One of my teachers emailed my mom saying I wasn't acting like myself recently. She asked me about this, and that's how my parents found out about my worsening mental state and my thoughts of what the world would be like without me in it. A little while after that, I found, you guessed it, Them's Fightin' Herds. and that definitely gave me a boost in my mental health and just made me feel happier in life. That also goes for My Little Pony, which also helped in my mental health and gave me a boost in my happiness. So anyway, now we have come full circle. To say Them's Fightin' Herds has changed my life a little would be criminal of me. This one game has truly changed so much about how I carry out my day-to-day life, and I wouldn't change any of it for the world. I can't express how grateful I am toward Main 6 for making the game. Even with the game no longer being actively developed for the foreseeable future, I still love this game and its developers. If I never played this game, I would have never met Edma and the amazing people in his community. I would never drawn so much art of this one little cow. I would have never gotten into My Little Pony. And I don't know what I would be like now if I never found Them's Fightin' Herds. I really wish my memory was better so I could recall every little detail to put into this video. But that's okay. I wanted to make this video to document a moment in my life that I will never take for granted. So to wrap up all of this, I want to give my biggest thanks to Main 6 and everyone involved in TFH for making such an amazing game. The community for making the game such a warm and welcoming place. Joseph for getting me into MLP in the first place. Edma for making me feel welcome in your community and for just being an amazing friend. And to everyone who watched me talk about a silly little fighting game about animals that changed my life. I can't express how grateful I truly am to everyone I listed and to everyone I haven't listed. Like the people involved in the creation of MLP, but that would be way too many people to list. I want to share my gratitude with the world. The nearly whole year of my life has been insane, and I wouldn't want to trade any of it for the world. So once again, a massive thank you to everyone who I've talked about, everyone I couldn't talk about, and to y'all for watching. Being able to get this creative and share my story means a lot to me. I never wrote a script before, so just typing all this out made me excited to put it into words and make a video like this. So yet again, thank everyone so very much. It really means the world to me. Until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all for the next video, whatever that may be. Cheers.